I forgot.
But I love it when, whatever group it is, I love it when the day before, they send out the agenda, like the day before, then you can say, oh, yeah. Sorry. And then another time we were on vacation and I couldn't say it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no. I was kind of figure out where I'm gonna put it in.
My grandkids are saying,
Oh, it's like I did.
you're out. Hey, on the phone.
No,
No. I just whipped this out and I said,
Yeah.
yep, I'm busy here. I'm busy here.
yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Well, I got in the habit of Outlook.
Well, it's such
So now I have a, and I'm a PC guy, I'm not a Mac laptop. guy.
Oh,
So I have a
plans for the.
computer at home and like my wife will say,
You know.
remember on November.
You
5th?" I
still
said,
got
"If
Connie?
it's not in my Outlook, it's not happening. So I'll say, send me an email or come down to my office and we'll put it in.
You know,
So. Yeah, when I had my own agency for a while and I gave out 5x8 book and then it opened up like 1 month at a time. So the boxes were big enough to write in and I love those. I don't, nobody gives them out.
no.
Yeah.
They also.
Oh, we got so busy, it's terrible.
Oh, it's,
Well, I mean, we play at Carver's like 4 times a year. We play at the Legion. We just play at the Legion.
Okay.
We did a Blissfield High School.
it is turned all the way.
66 reunion. Yeah. And they were,
Sorry, I didn't.
it was funny because a guy came up to me. He was class
You
president.
need to prompt me.
I just hope you're not too loud. Pretty good line. He said, we're a bunch of old people. And I said, right.
Had a funny thing happen here.
We're both in our 70s.
We have to.
But we played at the Flamingo, Flamingo Beach and we played there once. They both
Okay.
loved us. She booked
The Republic.
5 more. And then
I'll-
constantly.
You wanna do it? You want me to?
Can you play this other day? I bet we'll end up,
All right.
I finally had a talk next year.
Oh, it's all right. I'll just call him up and he can.
March, but okay. So yeah, she loved it. She'll
Pass
pass
out, we voted.
I tell her, the people who didn't hear us, most of them don't have to get up and go to work.
At the beginning, then we'll just.
We're retired.
We'll tell them. we'll-
Yeah, that's, yeah.
Put him in.
I should show you a song list. I mean, it's 60s and 70s.
Okay.
And I played in rock band 35 years. And
I know what you're.
if I went with a rock band and said, hey, let's do Close to You by the rock band, they'd kick me out. And we're doing all the pop stuff, remember, you listen to your radio in the car,
Yeah.
AM radio, the top 40. So that's what it is.
Yeah.
And we'll do a song, Ferry Across the Mersey. Oh my God. I remember that. Forever.
What time you got?
Bus stop.
Going?
I got you, babe. And we're a man and,
Yeah.
we're male and female. So we trade the part. We do old Beatles songs. We do, like 8 Days.
Oh, won't bother you.
Yeah, I love it.
Hello.
Yeah, I don't even know this woman. I mean, Linda Kane and I just.
All right, we'll be calling our Department on Aging Advisory Board meeting together and calling the roll call to begin with. We'll start off with that. So. Okay.
Terry Collins, Carol Zawacki.
Here.
Gloria Bortnicek,
Here.
Russ Amo,
Here.
Jeff DeCenzo,
Here.
Bert Fenby, Ralph Tillotson,
Here.
Carol Bolton,
Here.
Chris Peoples,
Here.
Alan Dickerson, Julie Hackett.
Okay, well, before we get to the approval of the minutes, we do have to make an adjustment on our agenda. Down below where you see Connie Fenby under presentation, she's not going to be here today. Rob, if you look up and you see presentation, when we get to that point, that's when we will be talking with you. Okay? All right, now we're on to the approval of the minutes from the last meeting.
So move.
Moved and
Can we approve the amendments, seeing as we don't have a quorum? Is that enough?
Six.
I'll second.
Yeah, we have enough. And she's 8, I think. Go ahead. And hi, Cam, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good.
What is the total number of board members on this board? And what is the total number of appointees positions on this board? That's 11. So you have a board of 11 and you have 7 present. You meet your quorum. You need one more than half to meet your quorum. So
Need one more?
no, you need one more than half. And you're there.
We're there, yeah.
So you are good.
6.5.
Okay, KZ, we're there. Good. So back to the minutes. You, he, and you seconded, right? All right. Any discussion about the previous minutes? If not, I'll take a vote and all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Now, we're already down to the presentation. Let me introduce Rob Trevino. Rob is applying to be a new board member. And I'm just asking him to stand up and kind of give us an idea who he is and say hello. You're on.
Is this on?
Press,
Welcome. Thank you for having me. I met yesterday with Carrie for a couple hours and I was told I was be coming today. And basically I wanted to introduce myself for those that don't know me. I'm a longtime Adrian resident. Nearly 3 decades I was in law enforcement. I retired 2020 and then for the last 3.5 years or so I've been doing Meals on Wheels with my wife periodically 2 to 3 times a week, sometimes 5 days a week. So I kind of had that in as far as the Meals on Wheels. I had an interest. And then when the opening came up with Darwin leaving, I filled out the paperwork and it's just another way for me to kind of give back. When I did that with law enforcement, was helping and being a part of this board would be a great way to doing that. So here I am.
You're volunteering for the Meals on Wheels? Is that what you?
Pardon me?
Meals on Wheels, is that what you said?
Yep, I'm a driver for that.
Oh, okay.
Did it
Long
today.
time?
Did it today, about 3.5 years.
Okay. And you were in law enforcement?
Correct.
Right. You never gave me a speeding ticket, right? I just thought I'd ask.
you gotta be fast. And
Okay.
Rob, would you be okay serving on a board with an Ohio State fan?
Yeah, I've got a blind eye to my left, so
Okay.
fine.
Got your back, Rob. I'll take care of you.
I was gonna say, isn't that a weakness?
Okay. Go ahead.
I don't know Bob personally, but I know his parents. And they're 2 of the finest people in Lenawee County. I was in Civitan with them for several years, no longer with Civitan. Bob Pavino and his wife have helped this community and whole life. Just have done a wonderful, wonderful job. And when your name come up, I said, well, it must be Junior. But you know, I for one think that you will do a wonderful job. And I'm happy that you want to be one of us.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. For a short time, my wife and I lived in Pittsfield Township because I worked at Eastern Michigan University Police. And when the opportunity arose, I moved back here. And all honesty, it's because what you just said. My parents have just opened so many avenues of just knowing sometimes who to trust to go to. And, you know, I grew up here, so it was a no-brainer.
They're still fairly active for what they can do.
Yep.
I got to second that, Ralph. His dad was, are you Rob or Bob?
Bob. Oh, I'm Rob.
Yeah, you called Rob, right?
Right.
Okay, your dad was Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob Trevino worked for Commercial Savings Bank, if anybody remembers Commercial Savings Bank. They were the largest bank in the county. And he's a right-hand man of the German, and German was his boss, and very nice man, very nice man. I met him, I worked at a bank, another bank. Community always thought very highly of him, and he deserved that, so be more than welcome here.
I'm sure I get a lot of my community service from my parents. They were, they're lifelong. My dad's the only living charter member of Civitan when it started, and it's probably somewhere in there I got that, sense of giving back in community. And my mom was a social worker for the state of Michigan for 35 years, so.
Okay.
It's-
Back years and years and years ago, it's been a long time. Civitan had a pumpkin drive. They bought pumpkin, bought a wagon load of pumpkins, and they sold them door to door.
Oh,
Bob Trevino would sit on that wagon and sell you a pumpkin whether you wanted one or not. And in a very gentleman
Yes,
way.
he really was.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that's just one thing he did. I'm telling you what, the Trevino family have just done wonders for this.
Okay, Kim, maybe you can help me here. Do we vote him in and then it goes to the county commissioners? Is that basically right?
basically you make a recommendation to the Board of Commissioners that Mr. Trevino be appointed to the vacancy on the Department on Aging Board.
Okay, and I can do that now?
You can ask for that motion now.
Okay, looking,
I second.
that was quick. Okay, any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Don't
Welcome aboard.
tell your folks I said hello.
I will.
You-
Yes,
Thank you.
And Rob, I want to confirm because names are important. So you're using a tilde over your N?
Yes,
You're Trevino.
yes.
Okay.
I do. Yeah, that's how.
Yes, no,
Exactly how it's pronounced, yeah.
great.
I'm gonna need to know that. We gotta get him a nameplate, so.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Well, that was fun. Now we're down to you, director's report.
Well, it's been a full month. I'll start with the most probably pressing thing you want to know about is the kitchen. It's up, we're in it, we're running. All meals are being prepared there as of October 13th. I won't tell you it hasn't been without bumps, but what adventure isn't bumpy at times? So we're moving through that. I think we're establishing some new routines, and that has been good for all of us. Like I said, it hasn't been without bumps, but we're getting there. Lots of things that we're still thinking of or haven't approached or touched or talked about, didn't even think about. But we're getting the job done. That team has worked through adversity before, and they continue to do it when they need to and make a great meal and get it out there. So thank you for all of you that are delivering meals or were supportive of our open house or ribbon cutting. It was very nice to see you all there. Two things that we are still looking for in that is that we are looking to hire a cook too. Our job titles are deceiving from the real job. What we are looking for is basically a supervisor in the kitchen that will help us prepare the cold meal portion. In the past, everybody did everything, and we have become more specialized in what we do. And so we are looking for a cook too, which will really be the supervisor who manages the cold meal preparation, the guaranteeing the order for the food, the organization of the process and getting it prepared and packed. So perhaps, somebody who has been working in a fast food industry, who may know some of that management skill set that would be a benefit. It is not, although we say cooking, The cold meal is usually a sandwich and a salad and a fruit. So it's not as much preparation as the hot meal is. And certainly a lot less in number. So if you know anybody, that posting is out there. We are also looking for a cook one in our Tecumseh Center. That is an individual who is there to help manage the home delivered meal program, to serve the meal, to clean up after the meal. Those pieces, there is no actual food prep in that position. So we're looking for someone in the Tecumseh area that might be interested in that. It is typically a 5-hour-a-day position. I'll say 9 to 1 if that's really 5 hours. Is the typical time frame for that position. Other things that might interest you. We had a celebration at our staff meeting this week because we have hired 3 new home care workers. 3 in the last 3 weeks is a great accomplishment. We're thrilled with that. To follow back up or catch back up on the recommended donation increase, that is effective as of October 1st, but we've been very soft in bringing that out. It will show up on the statements that go out in November that represent the October numbers. So those will be official then. Jen Ambrose shared some numbers with me that I thought were interesting to share with you. A 30-day look back at our website. 225 individuals have accessed our menus. 144 individuals have accessed our Adrian calendar, and 136 have accessed our resource guide in that 30-day period. So that's quite a bit of traffic, to be honest, for our small little community of looking at that information.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Go back to the kitchen for a minute.
Sure.
Roughly how many meals a day? And how you doing on the volume? That's what I'm really asking.
I can answer that there's about 1,300 meals a day.
Right?
Tell me more about what you're asking about volume.
Did they get the 1,300 is basically my question. Was it easy?
Oh, they're doing it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
okay. So they could
Absolutely.
probably do more, couldn't they?
Well, they probably could.
They got a bigger facility.
They absolutely have the facility for it. What we're missing is the manpower piece. We need that supervision coming to help
That's it.
manage that piece, yeah.
Casey?
And Carrie, how has the transition been from cooking meals strictly for seniors and now cooking meals for seniors and youth?
We are not preparing for the youth.
Okay,
We coexist. We're roommates.
okay.
We're
So
roommates. They
they
are
still have their cooks for the kids and then,
Yep.
okay.
absolutely.
And then how has it been in getting the meals out from one location going into the other senior centers? Has that been pretty good in doing that?
I'm gonna say yes, but again, I'm gonna follow with it. It hasn't been without bumps. It's an adjustment. It's a change, and we've had to change a couple of times, which is difficult, but some meals are getting out later, but we have to do that because we have so many more centers coming out of that same space. And it's a growth piece. I'm not gonna give you a good example because I can't think of one, but the Tecumseh and Onstead group has had a little bit bump back because we have sent out Hudson and Addison and Morenci as they're further away before we send that one out. So we've had a little bit of adjustment in time. And when we look at, we've adjusted it even inside of that time. It's just it's that learning curve to figure out how fast can we pack it? What does it look like? How many cars can we get in the parking lot at any given time?
So all the logistics behind it, with everything going on.
Yep.
Plus, I have one other question. There was a while ago that we had, I believe, MSU come in and do I want to say hospitality check for our senior centers. Is there any possible way that we could get some information as to how we have progressed on that? And the reason I ask, I had one person say, well, I like this senior center better because they had more of a lobby in which we could sit and you know, converse with each other even before we went in. And so I was just, that popped into my mind when they said that. And so I just want to see if there's any progress with that or anything that we needed to do or.
I can pull that information. It's probably all narrative and not data, but I can pull that back out. The sad part is that's one of the funding sources from MSU, the SNAP ed piece that has been lost, so we can't continue with that. But yeah, I can pull that out and look and see what changes we've made over those. I think almost 10 years ago, we started that process.
Yeah. Been a while.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Rose.
Gotcha.
One of the great things about the campus collaboration was that the residents were going to be working. That was one of the kind of long-term sidebars. Have the kids started working yet with the kitchen? Okay.
They have not. They also have a lot of change happening and we both need to figure out our rhythms and routines.
Okay.
So what maybe when summer comes along and, because right now they're in school while we're there.
Right.
So maybe during the summer, we'll be able to really take advantage of that.
Okay.
It's still there. We haven't forgotten it.
Kim, go ahead.
I think we want to make sure we understand it's the young people that are in open unit that will ultimately be helping with that curbside assistance. And right now with the changes that we have going on at the detention center, we have moved all the kids that were in old DT into new DT, kind of right across the hallway, so to speak, while we're doing the other work. So once everybody gets to where they belong, I'm sure then they'll be able to look at what that work
Okay.
rotation is going to look like.
Great. Thanks, Kim.
Still breaking in a little bit here.
Sure.
Did we interrupt you? You okay? You got a lot of notes there, so
It's fine. Answer those questions. I'll go to the next.
it's still on? Go ahead.
Just to touch base on our highlight sheet. This is our end of September. The budget at the end of that is tentative. It is the end of September as of the end of September, but there's always some pieces and parts that need to fall into place. When we kind of did a projection to look where we are, I think it's better than what we see. We have some millage funds that have not been recorded in there that will be. And at the end, I think we'll actually come out with some funds that will go into our contingency fund. So we'll wait and see how that really plays out, but I think there's a strong possibility that we'll be able to put a couple dollars away for us this year. There's a few things out there that we're waiting to finish out. But I think there's some things that have really gotten us there when we were afraid we wouldn't be. This particular year, we did a really great effort in Gordon Food Service gives a 1% rebate or discount. I'm not sure how you would phrase that for our orders if we pay within a certain time period. Becky has worked with accounting and we are able to make that payment on a regular basis from those and take advantage of that 1%. And if I told you we spent $800,000 to $1 million on food, 1% of that is a good chunk of change and well worth the efforts of doing that. We are also eligible for some brand credits. If we select certain brands, then we get some refunds and credits back. And that has made a significant increase. We've been very mindful of that and done a better job of making sure that that's been what we've done. We've also reduced what we spent this year, or what we hope we've spent, because we really have made a conscious effort of using up those inventories that were all of those senior centers. You know, 2 cans of fruit and some extra cleaning materials and cups and paper products at each center really added up in what we had just sitting on a shelf. So in this process of bringing everything to the centralized kitchen, we have really done a great work of bringing everything in and reducing what we needed to order because we used what we had until it was gone, even if it wasn't maybe our best choice. So that's helped us as well. With this new change, although we won't see it till the next, with the new centralized kitchen and rerouting, we've been able to remove 3 routes from our Adrian Senior Center, which just means that because it is, or from our Adrian group, it just means that because it's now coming from a different place, it routes differently, which is crazy, but it allowed them to put different people on different routes and eliminate 3 of them right now. So that's 3 less drivers that we need to utilize. That's maybe a little bit of reduced mileage, so that's helpful for us. I think that's all I have for that piece. I do want to share that we do have an additional wheelchair accessible van on its way. Could be here tomorrow, or it could be here in 6 months. It has been approved, it has been ordered. It is just awaiting the lift unit to be attached, fitted for it. I'm not sure how to put that. It is fully funded through Consumers Energy and Wellwise Services. So that van will bear their logos as well as ours when it's out on the road. That was one of the contingencies of the purchase. So we look forward to seeing that and having that. Again, we'll utilize some funds from the Lenawee Community Foundation to help us expand that service to help individuals who may be going to daybreak, maybe needing to get out in the community for grocery shopping and are wheelchair bound.
Would you expand your reach? It's still Lenawee County, doesn't go outside.
It's for Lenawee County, but there are times it may go outside. You live in Runcie, going to Fulton County might be closer shopping opportunity. That's what I have.
Okay. Now, we're down to in an area here of existing business and new business. We covered a lot of ground. Did we cover that at the same time? Do you have anything in existing?
I wrote the central kitchen under existing, but I didn't follow my notes.
I got you. All right.
No one has asked, but I'll share. Of course, there is some concern about what's happening with federal dollars. Right now, as I shared last time, we are okay. We do have some of that contingency to fall back on and support us. We will continue to go day by day, month by month, and see what happens with us and adjust accordingly.
I ask you a question? I heard the state approved a budget. Is that correct?
They did.
Now that affects you, doesn't it?
That affects all of us, as residents and as a government. Yes, it does. We are still looking to try to determine how the budget will impact us. We know that it will. And when I say that, I say we're looking to see how it might negatively impact the county. One of our biggest forms of revenue is revenue sharing for the county. There's also several state grants, and then there's federal grants that slide through the state to the county. And we haven't had an opportunity to go through the entire state budget, but they did shut down for a couple days. But by the 1st of October, the first or second, I think maybe October 2nd, they had a budget that they had agreed upon and moved forward. So I know that there are some impacts, and I've talked to the ISD, to Mark Haig, about how the budget is impacting the schools. He's got some concerns there. I know Michigan Works, that we have, they're a tenant at Human Services Building. They've got some concerns about what funding looks like for them and their programs. So the budget does impact all of us, and we're just waiting to see what that impact is going to look like. And quite frankly, the same at the federal level.
Right.
Federal budget has not,
That's still in limbo.
they're still missing in action, if you will, there. We don't know what's going to happen and when it's going to happen, and that continues to have an impact. I recently was at a meeting where a gentleman who works for a bank indicated he's now seeing the impacts of the federal offices being shut down, in that he had a client that was applying for a small business administration loan and could fill out the application, but that's as far as it was going to go, because there was nobody on the other end to receive the application and process it. So
I wonder if the office is even at the other.
exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know if the office even existed.
Yeah, I
I
wonder.
don't know.
But that's okay. But it is, there's a general feel that I'm getting from some people that they're relieved that the state at least got through that part.
It is helpful that the state did get through and they came to an agreement on a budget. We're hoping that they will be able to continue to work together moving forward on a whole host of legislation that's kind of been held up that will impact us. But it is good to know that they were able to come together and pass a budget.
I'm sorry, I'm back to you.
Well, I would just add to that. I really think that the unknown is still the unknown. Where are we? How many people will need additional services because perhaps what they could have used or done or had access to may or may not be available. So I think that's something we all have to be conscious of and address as it comes available. But I think that will come sooner than later, and we'll have to learn how to adapt to that as well.
Again, we're kind of off kilter on our agenda here. We've done new business and existing business as far as I can see. We're down to a public comment. That would be you again if well, not now. You've been approved by us. Nothing you want to say? And go ahead.
Go ahead.
No?
Under public comment, I was just going to mention, on October 30th at 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock over at the courthouse parking lot, we are going to be hosting a trunk or treat. And so if anyone from Department on Aging or your board would like to offer up a trunk or two, feel free to do that. The more the merrier. I know at one point we used to have that at Human Services Building. I don't know that we're doing that anymore. So we're trying to, from a county perspective, to show county government doesn't have to be scary. We can enjoy and have kiddos come. And I know, are we okay to say the admin staff is doing, I think we have 2 trunks and we will all be M&Ms. So yeah, we're going to have fun with it this year.
The location again?
Right across the street at the Judicial Building.
Judicial, okay.
Yes.
I believe you will have one from the Department on Aging from the foster grandparent program. They did one at the library despite hail, rain, snow on Tuesday. They have decided they had a great time and would like to do another one. So
That
they
would
may
be
very well be
fantastic.
here.
Could you let Heidi know, Heidi Cannon?
Mhm.
Thank you.
Hello Kitty was there, big hit.
Okay. Board member comments at all? Questions? Last chance. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
A few of us serve also on the Lenawee Youth Council, the youth center at the campus. And so I just want to pass on that all of the comments from Rod and his staff, they're just thrilled with everything that's gone on. I haven't heard anything on their end about bumps or problems, or they're still quite excited. I think it's been a great project. And when I first heard, we're going to be ready to go in September or October, I thought, well, that'll be next May, because that's how those things go. But they're thrilled, and I'm very proud of what you guys have done.
I too am very thrilled that we are in the right place, doing the right thing, and pleased that it was September, that Ranger team did an amazing job of keeping us on task and getting us where we needed to go.
Yeah.
Our bumps are more those things you just don't know and you just can't predict.
Yeah.
So we've learned a lot in the last 30 days, let me tell you.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to give you an update too about last month.
Oh, yeah.
Brought to
Please
the
do.
attention that I was a little leery. I deliver meals and I was a little leery about the new way of doing it.
No, that's not
Um,
true. You were a lot leery.
Connie and I got together. We had a nice chat and she explained some things to me. One thing I know, we'll never go back to the old way of doing it. Not quite sure why, but anyway. So we just have to go along with it. And so far, knock on wood, it is working out okay.
Okay.
Hopefully, when the weather gets bad, it's going to be okay. I still have my doubts, but doubting Thomas, but
Well, you did
the
meet.
bumps are getting ironed out. And like you said, with Onstead, I know I'm just familiar with that area, but those meals have been delivered a little bit later. And so I think people are getting used to delivering it later. So, yeah, just getting everything smoothed out.
Good.
Sometimes it's hard to remember that we're delivering lunch. Lunch at 10:45 is quite early for some, and back, we were delivering at 10:45, which is really kind of too early to get a hot meal for a lunch. So some of that has pushed us to a little bit better, more appropriate lunchtime as well. It has changed our staffing work times as well, but
Yeah.
we're adapting.
We're
That
still-
was my update.
Okay, thank you. I'm glad to have it. Anybody else? Okay, I have one, and this would probably be the last thing then, wouldn't it? Could be. This is the time of year, you can help me here, because I'm going to ask you for something at this. This is the time of year when Medicare clients are choosing what their health care is going to be for the next year. If you've been seeing the ads on TV, there's everybody and their brother is selling that stuff. And, I was at my doctor's office yesterday. And I went to the receptionist and I had a question. I said, I'm thinking about changing my policy here. You know, I'm thinking about going from this company to this company. And her comment was, I know nothing about it. Absolutely nothing about it. I said, but you're in a doctor's office. If I go to this office, will you accept it? She says, again, sir, I know nothing about it. I said, okay. Well, who does? And she said, the best people to go to is Department on Aging. And there's two people, two women at the Department on Aging that handle that. And I looked at her and I said, Department on Aging, are they any good at all? And she goes, yes, she said, they're wonderful to talk to. So I wanted you all to know that this lady is also doing things like that. And we also do those things. I don't know if all of you knew that, but we are counseling seniors on health insurance. And I would like to ask you if there's any chance we could bring in one of your counselors and have a presentation and let us know exactly how they do that.
We sure could, but not till after December 7th.
Not till after the busy time.
Not till after December 7th.
That's fair enough.
So see you in January.
See you in January. Look for it in January. Go ahead.
In the past, they have. I know in Onstead we did, because we sat down with someone and she looked and said, what insurance do you have? And I showed her and whatever. and she
no.
said, Nope, you
Keep
have
saying
good
it.
insurance and you don't need to change.
Yes.
So she
She can
advised
do that. I'm asking them to come here and.
to come here to
and
do it.
explain here to everybody. So we can know who they are and get a handle on what they're doing. That's what I'm asking her.
Oh, okay,
Not to change what she's doing.
Russ.
right.
Who said, oh, Bill.
I thought it was a really cool number. So at a meeting the other day, they shared that now it's SHIP and MIPA, but when it was, still counseling on, Medicare open enrollment, but in the fiscal year 2025, in our region, Jackson, Lenawee, Hillsdale, we saved older adults $915,000 and some change.
Really?
So.
Well, you're familiar with what I'm talking about.
So the current SHIP counselor is Angela Martinez. Her predecessor was Erica Lamley, who still works in our office and is helping as best she can in her new role. Before Erica, it was Teresa Smith, who was hired by Wellwise, who is now the regional coordinator. And before that, it was me. So there's
Oh,
the people that are doing it are still doing it and staying involved. So
I don't know if everybody even knew that that was going on, but. And you've been recommended, I just. Want you. Okay. Any other comments? If not, we're down to adjournment. I'm looking for a motion. So moved. Second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Hi.
See you.